Hi everybody. In this lecture we are going to learn high and low tides. The level of water in the sea changes because of the gravitational force exerted by the moon. Here in the picture we are observing that the moon, which is natural satellite of the earth, exerts gravitational force on the earth, and that's why the sea level, which is not regular sea level, the water in the sea attracted towards the moon, and therefore the slight of bulge in water directly gets pulled towards the moon. Therefore level of water here rises, causing high tides. So in this region there is high tides, and at 90 degree of that, here are water level is minimum, so there are low tides. At two places on earth at 90 degree from the place of high tide. So here are high tides, and 90 degree to that means at these two places there are low tides. High tides and low tides happens twice a day. Remember that it happens twice a day. How it is happen twice a day? Let us observe the diagram and motion of the earth. When earth rotates around itself, then what happens? Look here. Observe the red spot. So now one rotation is completed, and in the one rotation this place, so this place goes for low tides, then high tides, then low tides, and then high tide. So in a day there is two times low tides and two times high tides. So high and low tides occur at different places at different time. The earth attracts every object near it towards itself because of the gravitational force. It may be on the surface of the earth or at some height from the earth, but it attracts that object. Suppose we are observing here object on the surface of the earth. Now if we throw this object, what happens after some time? Yes, it again fall on the surface of the earth. So it does not go away from earth. Why it does not go away from earth? Let us understand. The center of mass of the earth is situated at the center. Here is the center of the earth, and here is the center of mass of the earth. So, and we know that gravitational force is directed towards the center of the earth. So gravitational force on any object due to earth is always directed towards the center of the earth, which is center of mass of the earth. Therefore this force oppose the movement of the stone in upward direction, because the force is acting vertically downwards. So because of this force, an object falls vertically downwards on the earth, like this. Okay, do you understand it? Next, When we throw a stone vertically upwards, the gravitational force tries to pull it down and it's reduce its velocity. So when stone is thrown in vertically upward direction, gravitational force opposes that stone, and because of the oppose of the gravitational force, velocity of that stone is get decreases, and after some time, after specific time, it becomes zero also. So it is center of mass of the earth. Here is the stone. Let us understand it. Therefore, velocity becomes zero after some time. Gravitational force acts vertically downwards towards the center of the earth. Now next, Newton's law, every object attracts every other object with definite force. It means that earth attract an apple above the earth, the satellite above the earth, the moon, which is a natural satellite of earth. So attracts every object. Let us take an example of apple, satellite and moon. Now what is your observation? Apple falls downward, whether satellite and moon falls downward? No. Why apple falls downward and satellite and moon not falls downward? An apple, the satellite and the moon attracts earth also. So these three things attracts earth and earth also attract them. Every object when thrown vertically upward, it comes back, it falls on the surface of the earth. Unlike falling apple, why satellite and moon do not fall on the earth? Uh, the satellite is there, the moon is there. Now, what happens here? The motion of the satellite is like this. So, satellite is revolving around the earth in a definite orbit, and moon also revolving around the earth in a definite orbit. Because of this motion or velocity of the moon and the satellite in a specific orbit, they do not fall on the earth. But apple is not revolving in a definite orbit, so it falls on the surface of the earth. If this velocity was not there, if satellite is not in motion, if moon is not in motion or not in rotational motion, what happens? So like apple, satellite also falls on the surface of the earth and moon also falls on the surface of the earth. Now example, we have to calculate gravitational force due to earth or gravitational force exerted by earth on Mahendra in earlier example. In the previous example, we have learned that Mahindra has a mass 75 kilogram. So mass of Mahindra is 75 kilogram. Here M is equal to 75 kilograms. So we know that formula of F or gravitational force exerted by Earth, it is equal to G into M1 into M2 upon R square. So R square is the distance between the given two objects. Now Mahindra is sitting on the surface of the earth. So distance between Mahindra and the center of the earth is R. Also in the place of M1 we will take mass of the earth. Do you know the mass of the earth? Mass of the earth is 6 into 10 raised to 24 kilograms, and mass of Mahindra is 75 kilogram. So radius of the earth is 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 meter, and we know that the value of g, which is a constant, is 6.67 into 10 raised to negative 11 Newton meter square per kg square. Now put all these values in the given example. 6.67 into 10 raised to negative 11. The mass of the earth 6 into 10 raised to 24, and mass of Mahindra is 75. Upon r square, r is 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 and its square. Now after calculation we will get the force or gravitational force is 733 Newton. That is the answer. Now next example. Starting from rest, what will Mahindra's velocity after 1 second if he is falling down due to gravitational force of the earth? We have given here. First thing, that is Mahindra's weight, that is 75 kilogram. Then initial velocity of Mahindra is 0 meter per second. Then we have to find final velocity. Time also given here, time is 1 second. So we have to calculate now v, that is final velocity. You are looking three equations of motions. Well, remember it. V is equal to u plus at, v square is equal to u square plus twice as, s is equal to ut plus 1 half at square. We are going to use the first equation of motion, that is v is equal to u plus at. For using first equation, we must know the value of a, means acceleration. So find acceleration by the formula F is equal to ma. Now F is equal to ma. We already know in the previous example that F is equal to 733 Newton. Therefore A is equal to F upon m. So A is equal to F means 733 upon m means 75 kilograms. So after dividing 733 by 75, we got here 9.77, and the unit of acceleration, that is meter per second square. Now use first equation of motion, that is v is equal to u plus at. Now in the example, initial velocity of Mahindra is 0, plus a is counted here 9.77, and t is 1 second. By doing here calculation, 0 plus 9.77, that is 9.77 meter per second. So that is the final velocity of Mahindra after. Now Earth's gravitational acceleration. You know that acceleration means what? So according to Newton's second law of motion, a force is acting on body and results into the acceleration. When force is applied on any body, any moving body, the velocity of that object gets changed, and due to the change of velocity, the body gets accelerated. Thus the earth's gravitational force, which is acting on this stone, it is also decreases the velocity of that stone, and due to that the stone get accelerated. This is called as acceleration due to gravity. This acceleration due to the force of gravitation is called as acceleration due to gravity, and it is denoted by the small letter g. So this force is directed vertically downward, and thus the force is directed vertically downwards. That's why acceleration also directed vertically downwards. That's why acceleration is a vector quantity which depends on direction and magnitude also, that is called as vector. So here acceleration due to gravity, it have direction vertically downwards, therefore it is a vector. Now let us find the value of g, means acceleration due to gravity, on the surface of the earth. For that, let us take an object with mass m on the earth's surface situated at a distance r from the center of the earth. Now here this object is situated at the distance r from the center of the earth. Here this distance is r. Now you know that the formula F is equal to gmm upon r square. Now we know that force is equal to mass into acceleration, means acceleration due to gravity, that is mg. Put the value of F in the given equation. It is becomes mg is equal to gmm upon r square. Now m is at both the side, by dividing both the side by m, so m get cancelled. Therefore g is equal to gm upon r square. Now for calculation of g, we must know the mass of earth and the distance of object from the earth's center of gravity. So put the values of gravitational constant, mass of the earth and radius of the earth. So gravitational constant, its have value 6.67 into 10 raised to negative 11, mass of the earth 6 into 10 raised to 24, and radius of the earth 6.4 into 10 raised to 6. So square of 6.4 into 10 raised to 6. After calculation, we will got the value like 9.77 meter per second square, and that is the value of g, value of acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the earth, 9.77 meter per second square. Now can you think that this value of g is depends upon which factor? Value of g depends on the mass of the earth and the distance of the object from the center of gravity of the earth. Let us see variation of the value of g. First, along the surface of the earth, if the object is present on the surface of the earth, what is the value of acceleration due to gravity? Now look at the diagram of earth. Now object at two places here, object at pole region and object at equator. The value of g is not same everywhere on the surface of the earth, because what is the reason behind this? The reason behind this is earth is not exactly spherical, it is bulge at equator. Equator ला ती थोडीशी फुगीर आहे, and it's flatter at the pole. The pole region मध्ये ती थोडीशी चपटी आहे. That's why the value of g is not same at equator and pole region. Why? Because here is the distance of the object from the center of gravity is r, and at equator this distance must be greater than r. There is a difference between the distance of the object from the center of earth because the earth is flat at poles and bulge at the equator. Hence, at equator what happens? The distance of object from center of gravity is more. So here distance is greater, so r is greater, and therefore it can affect the value of g here. Its radius is largest at equator and smallest at pole. So radius is largest at equator and smallest at poles. Therefore, the value of acceleration due to gravity, which depends upon the distance. If distance is minimum, then acceleration due to gravity is maximum. Therefore, the acceleration due to gravity at pole region is greater than acceleration due to gravity at equator region. Therefore, the value of acceleration due to gravity at pole region is 9.832 meter per second square, and the acceleration due to gravity at the equator region is 9.78 meter per second square. Now variation of the value of g. If height of the object is get changed, then what is the effect of the value, what is effect on the value of acceleration due to gravity? Suppose the object is at r plus h distance, means r is the radius and the height of the object from earth's surface is h. Therefore total distance of the object from the center of the earth is r plus h. As we go above the earth's surface, the value of r increases and thus value of g is get decreased. Now let us observe this chart. So when we are on the surface of the earth, the height is 0. Therefore acceleration due to gravity, which is having the value 9.8. On the mountain area, Mount Everest, which is at height 8.8 kilometer, here also the value of g is not changed. So the small increase in the height do not affected the acceleration due to gravity, but the considerable change in the height can be affect the value of acceleration due to gravity. Maximum height reached by man-made balloon, at it is flying at height 36.6 kilometer, then there the acceleration due to gravity, value of acceleration due to gravity will be 9.77. Height of a typical weather satellite, which is situated at 400 kilometer height, then their value of g, means acceleration due to gravity, is 8.7 meter per second square. Height of communication satellite, which is over 35,700 kilometer, then there is a lot of change or considerable change, that acceleration due to gravity is very minimum or negligible, also 0.225 meter per second square. What happens if aeroplane is flying at height 10 kilometer from the earth's surface? There is no effect of with the value of g, because we know that radius of earth is 6400 kilometer. So if aeroplane is flying over earth's surface at 10 kilometer, then height of the aeroplane or distance of the aeroplane from earth's center of gravity is 6410 kilometer. It is not affected on the value of g. So small change in the height does not affect on the value of g. Now next point, change with the depth. If object is going closer to the center of gravity of the earth, then what will be the value of acceleration due to gravity? Now the object on the surface of the earth is at distance which is equal to radius of the earth. As we go inside the earth's surface, the value of r decreases. So as we go inside the earth's surface, the value of r is decreases, and when we reach at the center of the earth, the value of r must be 0. Consider the formula again. Formula of acceleration due to gravity: g is equal to gm and upon r square. Now g is constant, m is constant, and r get decreases. Specifically, we will say that if r is decreases, then value of g is increases. But here, as we go inside the earth's surface, the considerable mass also get decreases. Suppose we are here, the object is here inside the earth's surface, then what happens? The considerable mass get changed. As we go inside the earth, the total mass not affect. So the affecting mass of the earth is get decreases when we go inside the earth. As a combined result, change in the value of r and m also. Therefore, value of g considerably decreases when we go inside the earth's surface. And when we reach at the center of the earth, what will be the value of g? Value of g at center of earth is 0 meter per second square. Thank you.